Strava, they ended up in the news recently because they put out a heat map every year, which shows like an aggregation of where everybody's been riding. And I think it's really cool. I use it.
Like the most popular routes.
Yeah,
and stuff?
yeah. So the more a person or more people who ride in a certain spot, the brighter the color that's on its location.
Gotcha.
It's pretty good for like if you're planning a commute or like any sort of ride. But they ended up in trouble because it turns out some activities were uploaded by military personnel, sometimes on military bases that you don't want anybody to actually know you're at. It's part of part of operational security, and it is something to be taken pretty seriously. So
somebody went for their run on a military base and posted it on Strava, and now people know there's a military base there.
Well, I think people knew the base was there, but like they didn't know. It's not always.
It's compromising information.
Yeah, people are like observing the heat map, and suddenly like you see like this very bright spot in the middle of like Nairobi or whatever, and it's like there's a military base there.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what's this military activity? So like, yeah, it's a whole operational security issue.
Why are they all sweating so hard? What's up with that?
What I did notice was like I zoomed in on my residence here, and even though I have like the security setting to where like a certain distance from my house it gets blocked out of my rides.
Yeah.
It showed a bright spot of me walking my bike in and out of the garage. And then I noticed the guy 2 houses down also rides a bicycle and takes his bike in and out of his garage. And I didn't know that until I was looking at the Strava heat map. So if you're the type of person who is worried about your bicycle being stolen or have a high value bicycle, like it
shows exactly where your bike is.
Kind of, yeah.
Or at least the way to get to it.
Yeah, and I think that's something to think about.
Yeah,
and
it seems like the service shouldn't be that specific.
Exactly. So
problems with technology these days. Yeah. This is how Terminator starts right here.
Yes, and this is how the Wheel Friends podcast starts right here. I'm Craig.
And I'm Steve. I'm not used to doing that.
Bam! I know, but that was such a good segue, dude.
Aw, shit.
So today's episode was recorded like 3 weeks ago. You came over with our friend John, and we talked about a various number of things.
It was kind of a free-form episode.
Yeah. They often are. So we talked about John and his sort of his hang-ups with riding and some things that makes him nervous as a more inexperienced rider.
I can't say that we necessarily were the most helpful, but we do our best.
The love was tough. But I think it was the right amount of tough. And then we talk about your dream bicycle. This is a non-sponsored but somehow surly heavy episode.
Yeah, it's where my interest led me at the time. I'll say that.
And then what else did we do? Shit.
I don't know.
Bags.
Oh yeah, we talked about bags because I had a new bag, so we talked about bags.
We both got new bags, so
yes,
it's a bag conversation.
It was. So future Steve and future Craig saying, "Take it away, past Steve and past Craig, and also John."
Since it was 40 degrees yesterday, I finally got out on the bike, and
nice.
It was basically the greatest day I've had all year.
What'd you ride?
I took the fixie out because I've been wanting to. Like,
cool.
It's my moon pony dream girl, so I had to get on it. Yeah, I think its name on Strava is saved as Lunicorn. But yeah, so I wanted to hit up downtown, and I've been watching so many like bike videos all winter. I've just been like wanting to skid and stuff. So since the roads were pretty slick and traffic was dead, but I was skidding around a bit. So I went downtown, hit up Bigby, and then I tried going to the old landfill. And,
was that like cleared out? Was it like melted down enough?
The part that's in the sun was, but that's not the part I started with. So as you approach, it's over by the Grand River, and so it's all shady, and it's like 2 to 3 inches of like light foot traffic path covered snow. That was the worst sentence I've ever constructed.
But I understood what you meant.
Yeah. But it's like a slight climb up that hill. So what was happening was like that was like the hardest I worked, and I was like, if this is the only incline on this entire path.
Yeah.
If I can make it up this, I think I'll be okay. And sure enough, after that, it was still slow going, but once I got to where the sun had melted out, it was phenomenal. And
Nice.
I rolled up my sleeves, got my skin in the sunlight. I've just been missing it, man.
I know, right? The roads are slick, so you can skid easy. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good.
I think 2018 might be my skidding year.
Skidding year, yeah. Start thrashing a little more.
I've reached a new height of bicycling nirvana, and I think I'm
I have seen our God.
I've ascended another tier in my quest for enlightenment on the bicycle. So I think I'm ready.
Our God told me to skid, and skid I shall.
But John, I think you should get a bike because you borrow ours every time. Not that that's a bad thing, and like we definitely I have a bunch of bikes. I can't ride them all at the same time.
You need to find your special gal like I got with Mavis.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I like biking, but I always feel precarious.
Precarious.
Elaborate. Do you feel
Yes,
like you're
tell us more?
I feel like I don't have control of balance.
So not riding is how you're gonna fix that. I get that though. So I'm gonna flip around and turn on sensitive Craig. Like it's like anything. It's gonna take practice. And
Yeah.
I've ridden with you. It's not like you're a bad rider. It's just you have room to improve.
I'm really cautious when I'm riding.
You just need to do it more. Yeah.
I have a fear of falling.
That's legit. Everybody's been there.
After you do it a few times, you get used to it.
That's.
I mean, it's not like I haven't fallen before, but it just I fucking.
Yeah. That was like in the city, like when I moved here, like that was like a big thing for me because like we always took like streets and stuff. Riding alone, like riding with people, that didn't bother me so much, but riding alone, I like was kind of, that gave me some anxiety for a while, but I've gotten used to it.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. With me, it's like the first fall is always the hardest, but after that, you realize like it's like with anything. Like there was a lot of stuff I told myself I couldn't do, and it just because I was like, this is gonna suck. And then once I was actually there, it felt great. It's something you're making out in your head to be worse than it is.
Yeah.
Like falling sucks. But in your head, it's a lot worse. It's like a tattoo. You think it's gonna hurt till you get it. Like so.
And then it hurts. But after it's done,
It's as
not
if
so
I'm being
bad.
stabbed over and over with tiny needles.
Tattoos feel more like scraping.
Yeah.
Like a hard scraping.
I think I might be in time for another one.
Yeah, man. You're overdue.
I want one.
Number 2 for John. John should get a bike this year, and John should get a tattoo this year.
Yeah, there we go. We're making John's New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a tattooed biker.
Almost.
It's the dream. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think you should leave the house as your favorite video game character.
Exactly.
In a bicycling video game. That's
That's how I feel.
be the character you would pick.
Exactly, man. You can create your own image. You can be whatever you want.
Okay, so lately I've been asking my guests like what kind of bicycle they would buy with $5,000. Like you have, so which one of you wants it?
I would get a really expensive bicycle.
Here's the problem with the modern consumer.
Very concise.
I'll just spend a lot of money and it'll be good.
You know what?
Honestly, that's most of the people who buy.
That's the bike shop's bread
bikes.
and butter.
Yeah.
Like when that guy goes
Seriously
into a
is.
performance bike shop, those people know like this is it. We've nailed it.
Right? Yeah.
Let's get this sucker on anything.
Yeah, dude. He's just got a wad of cash.
Carbon, sure.
Just keep telling them, well, this is the best. This is the best thing.
Will it make you faster? You bet.
Yeah. You're going to be so fast. You're good. It'll put meat on you. Tasty buns.
Are you saying that I get on the bike and I gain weight?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, accumulate that leg
You'll get
mass.
muscle.
Get the quads of gods.
You'll be lean.
Skies out, thighs out. That's
Cardio's
the rule.
good. Well, the thing is, the sky's always out. Just sometimes it's cloudy. So you go outside. It's got, shorts every day.
Every day. My rule is if it's above 40 degrees, you can wear shorts. And I went out yesterday in pants, and I was kicking myself because it was like 43, and I was my calves were too warm. I can't wait for it to warm up though, because like I got big commuter plans.
Nice.
Because like I'm getting a new grocery store nearby.
Oh yeah.
So that's gonna be sweet. So I'm outfitting a bicycle just for getting groceries at the grocery store. It's my pizza bike that I have the big pizza rack. I got to reinstall it because it was a goofy angle, but that thing is made to hold the whole pizza box. So when I bike over to the Meyer brand Bridge Street Market, I'll be able to fit a shit ton of groceries on that thing.
Nice. That's what I was thinking too. When I move, I want to get I want to primarily do like bike transport.
Yeah.
And so I was like thinking about like I think I want to buy like a Surly, like a long haul trucker or something like that.
Yeah.
Or a disc trucker, but then just like set it up with like front and back racks and just make it so I could like go grocery shopping with a bike and just do
that grocery getter.
Yeah, dude, exactly. But I could take those things off or keep them on and go like bike packing and stuff too with it. So yeah, that's what I would do with $5,000 if I was going to buy a bike. I would build just like something that I could replace like a car with as far as like short distances are concerned.
The sport utility bicycle.
Yeah, exactly.
You only drive it in the city.
yeah.
It never goes off road.
Yeah.
But it is made to.
Yeah, exactly. I'll call it Soccer Mom.
Soccer Mom.
Yes.
What color is Soccer Mom?
That's the next. Let's look that up. Actually, let me look up some Surleys. I'll get you a firm answer on this.
It's the most high-tech episode yet.
Yeah, dude. I decided I'm gonna start. I don't know. It's more fun when you got something so you can look shit up. I bought this iPad. I'm gonna use it. That's my point.
Thank you for bringing a new segment into my my podcast.
Yeah.
Live fact checking. Saves me hours editing, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. I got you. Products. Well, I mean, I don't know. Okay, this one's called the Troll. Dude, I want this thing. It's a type of green.
That's like baby puke green.
They call it pea lime pie soup.
Pea lime pie soup.
Pea lime pie soup. That's pretty
baby
accurate.
Puke green.
Yeah, dude, I would get that. I can also get it in black. No, I like bright colored bicycles. Visibility is very important. I used to like darker colors, and now I don't know what clicked.
Yeah,
but I like being flashy for some reason all of a sudden.
Me too. Like, so
I'm that prick with like a bright colored bike. Well, I mean, like the bike that I have is like almost this color, but I mean like it's more of a seafoam green.
My New Year's resolution was to
more pastels.
Was to build a mountain bike. So what I've been imagining is I want to get a raw aluminum mountain bike frame, and then I want to paint it like sort of like a transitionary gradient from like pink to orange or whatever, and then or purple with some pink in the middle, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I want to cover that with vinyl, like cow sticker cutouts, and then I want to paint over that whole thing with like a glittery black, sort of like a galactic color.
Yeah.
And so then when you remove the vinyl, what you get is basically this cosmic neon space cow. So that's what I've had in my head, and I cannot get it out of my mind.
This bike color is called Grandpa's Thermos.
Did your grandpa have a green thermos or an orange thermos? Because I think there's two grandpa thermoses.
Like the green thermos.
Like that Stanley thermos.
Yeah, the Stanley that every dad has. My dad
that's a good color.
That is a good color. I do like that. Oh, dude, look at this thing. This thing's called Big Fat Dummy.
That's dope. I like that chainsaw on the back.
That's really cool. That's more bike than I need.
The chainsaw really puts it together.
I don't know. I like Surly's because they have just so many of those little like rivets all over them that you can attach shit to. They make like holders for like growlers and stuff.
I think they're called Brazons.
Brazons? Yeah. I've got a bunch of Brazons.
I hope they're called. Oh, shit. Now I have to fact check things.
Yeah, it's right. It's right here. It's right here.
Having a computer might be the most distracting thing in the podcast as well.
It's called a Brazon. I know. I just kind of wanted to test it out. That's why I brought it. I want a new bike.
N+1. I always want a new bike, dog.
I know. I always want a new bike. That's the problem with kids these days. Like, look at this. It's all like outfitted. Like that's that's beautiful. 3 water bottles. See, why is it like when you're trying to save money, you find things that you never knew you needed?
Oh yeah. I'm there. I hope I'm to the point where I don't need to buy anything else for the podcast, because like this is a pretty great setup so far, but like I have to stop because like as soon as I realize I could have one thing a little bit better, I apparently go all in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit, soundproofing. Fuck.
Oh, dude, they have great descriptions. They can really sell this thing.
You're so surlyed out right now.
Having your stuff in front of you means means it's close at hand and easily accessible. It also allows for better weight distribution. We've all ridden with a pannier full of groceries. Some of us, we've all done that.
Yeah, all of us.
Yeah, we've totally all done that.
Yep, I did it. We have done that.
Yep, I've done that.
I've done that.
I do that.
Oh, Johnny have?
Craig actually, or John actually. Some of the,
Well, he's French, so.
What is?
Okay, here we go.
What does that have to do with?
You all ride bicycles
Hey, man,
with groceries.
You have a rich cultural
Perhaps some
history of riding
baguettes.
the bicycle.
Okay.
There's a race there every year. This isn't offensive.
It's educational.
This is just truth.
I'm
No,
sorry. Maybe it is a wee bit.
The line that caught me was, some of us have wiped out around a sketchy corner and watched as our precious eggs and bananas go flying everywhere in an act of Mario Kart level carnage.
Know your audience, I guess. What are we making? Eggs and bananas? Was this banana bread? What do we got going on here? How did I crash?
Banana eggs.
It's what cyclists live off of.
He probably crashed because he was drunk and decided to get eggs and bananas, and that's it.
I think you're projecting.
What? Listen. This is an intervention, isn't it?
That's actually why John is here.
Yeah, Dustin didn't want to come.
Yeah.
He couldn't bear to see me like this.
What is this podcast?
How much are you? How big of a bike do you think I am?
How tall are you?
6 foot tall, 50 centimeter. What? I don't even know what mine is. It's like 52 centimeters, 54 centimeters.
I'm between 52 and 54, so you're definitely not that. If you ever need to know your bicycle size, just type into the Google biking size chart, I guess.
Finding local dealers. I just want to say that I appreciate that Surly doesn't allow you to like buy their bikes from their website. You can't buy them straight from them.
Oh.
They encourage you to buy local.
Hey man, they're not paying for this. So
Surly give me stuff.
That's totally dope.
No, it's really cool. That's good bike culture. They're trying to be like, no, dude, go to your local shop and talk to somebody and get fitted and learn about a bike.
That's nice.
Okay, so since it's winter and I like my video games, I've been playing a lot of Watch Dogs 2, which is a pretty dope game about this hacker, and it's in San Francisco, and like so they were pretty faithful in their recreation of the city, and there's bike lanes all over the place.
Yeah.
There's not a single bicycle in the entire game, and it pisses me off because it's like it would be such a mind-blowingly good game to have a bicycle in it. Like I think it would be just great. Like it would just feel so right because there's like infrastructure built into it. There are bike racks all over the place, but the only bicycles you actually do get to see are usually just in the trash, like wheels missing, it's just like a roached out frame. And so that's a little bit infuriating. Especially since like Marcus has this sling bag, which I loved so much that I had to buy one sort of like it from Timbuktu. So that came in the mail the other day, and the goddamn postman put it on my back porch, which is not where packages get delivered ever. So that's my bag. You weren't even listening.
I was looking at a sizing chart. It's a really good sizing chart.
John, did Steve just ruin a great segue?
He did.
But the important thing is, everybody else will hear it. I'll get to hear it for the first time when I listen to this episode when you post it. I was just looking at the Surly thing, and the guy who's in my height range, I just can identify a lot with him.
Oh, is it that guy?
Yeah.
The one holding a beer?
Yeah.
and saluting. He's saluting.
It does sound like an intervention episode. Like,
Steve.
Fuck was I going to say? Oh, yeah, bags. All right,
Bags.
we're on bags now. Yeah.
I just described a video game.
Yes, the video game. Yeah, no.
Video game,
there's
no bike
infrastructure.
but he has a cool bag, so I bought a bag, and then my goddamn postman delivered it on my back porch for some reason.
But you still got it, though, right?
I still did get it.
Okay. If that ended up you getting robbed, then I'm like, oh, shit.
I was furious, though, because, like, I don't check my back porch for packages in the wintertime.
Sure.
You know, there's UPS, there's FedEx, and then there's a couple, like, off-brand delivery services. Those guys are the ones I hate the most. Because I got...
Because they're irregular.
I got you listen to The Sword?
Yeah.
I got one of their albums, vinyl, and they delivered it on top of my recycling bin.
What?
Yeah, in July, in the middle of the day. Needless to say, I have a warped copy of Warped Rider, I think it's called. So that's fitting, but when I called to complain about it, they were just like, oh yeah, that is a bummer. And I'm like, yeah, you gonna do anything about it? Well, we're not really. And I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, you ruined a perfectly good album.
Yeah.
Man, deliveries, like, I kind of welcome drone delivery services because, like, they'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. It'll hone in.
The landing pad idea sounds so cool.
Yeah, dude, it does sound cool.
Like, oh, yeah, I've got my mailbox, and then I've got my drone delivery landing pad up on the roof.
That'd be sweet.
More reasons to go on the roof, I guess.
Yeah, the future's going to be great.
I would like to put like a list of bicycles I want to ride together, because I've ridden a lot of cool bikes, like swing bikes, tiny bikes. I want to get into
bikes of all sizes.
I kind of want to explore the evolutionary tree of the bicycle.
Right. Have something from every family, like every family tree.
Rid them all.
I've ridden bikes here and far, all sorts.
Recumbent bikes with fairings, carbon fiber.
I've ridden a recumbent mountain bike
triathlon
that was also
bikes.
fixed gear.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeehaw.
Those goofy tandems. I want to ride one of those bike cars.
One of those bike cars.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I want to sit at one of those bikes that has like 8 seats on it where everybody is pedaling, but it's like a for board meetings around San Francisco or some shit.
We're gonna go do it at Nashville because there's a shit ton of those because it's a bachelorette party hotspot, and we'll get one of those.
I do think they
serve you beer, and it's great.
I think you've got a bunch of actual bicyclists on that. You can get that sucker cooking.
I wonder what the restrictions are, because sometimes not everybody's pedaling.
I feel like it's geared down to be just easy enough with everybody, and that thing's so damn slow. Which, if you're pissed off at bicycles in the road, but you're okay with the bicycle bar mobile, go fuck yourself.
You got one guy driving it and everybody pedaling. And they're all just like fucking jamming it out.
I want to do a paddle boat. That's the bike of the sea.
The bike of the sea.
Those goofy bicycles with
those things that
those catamaran bikes. I'd give one of those a try.
Or what about those things? I think are they like trikes? That like it's like a bike, but it's just got big paddle wheels on it. Have you seen those at like?
Oh yeah,
at Lake Michigan and stuff.
I want to do a wheelie on one of those. You just get somebody on the back to get a little extra
two
weight.
People in.
I've wanted to try a velocipede.
Velocipede?
Oh, like he's throwing out like a penny farthing, like the giant front wheel.
Oh, dude, yeah, those things are terrifying. You're so
I'd
high
give that a try. That's something I've never done before.
I'd like
kick it old school, and maybe I'll make a dandy horse. That'd be kind of a fun project.
A dandy horse?
On the evolutionary chart of the bicycle, the dandy horse is the first to crawl out of the primordial ooze. It was basically just a piece of wood with a wheel on the front and the back. And so, it had a different name because I think the guy that invented it was German. I don't know how to pronounce it, and I'm not looking at it right now. So... dandy horse. Or maybe Drazine. I don't remember. Anyway, so...
We still haven't talked about my bag.
You missed your segue, bud.
I'm bringing it back.
We're yes-anding. Just have to edit this around. Basically, when this dude was on it, he was able to sort of like kick himself out and like glide along. And then when he went down a hill, he realized he was able to pick up his feet and still maintain his balance. So that is basically the first bicycle. And so people started riding those around, and then it was all downhill from there. But
yeah, so this bag.
All right, we will talk about your bag.
No, I'm excited about this bag. I bought this bag but here's the reason why. I didn't initially have biking in mind, but there was a med student that came into the pharmacy, and she had one. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. And then I started looking at it and stuff, and I was like, well, shit, dude, I've been looking for a messenger bag to because I like having all my stuff with me. And so then I was like, well, this will be perfect for like riding around like once the springtime hits and whatnot. And then I bought it. And it's pretty great. I rode to Dustin and John's house today, and it stayed in place pretty well. Moved around a little bit, but I haven't like dialed in haven't like size right yet.
You always got to be adjusting the straps.
Just got
anyway.
it today.
It depends on how much weight you got in them.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know about other bicyclists, but I think I'm a big bag collector because I was like going through my room.
I've got a lot of bags.
I have like 30 bags. I love them. I love bags. I think if you ever need to buy a bicyclist a gift, just any bag is probably, they'll go, oh yeah, I looked at this one before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
I've looked at this before.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, dude. I can never have enough because I like to. I don't know. Different ones work for different stuff.
I have a cinch bag full of cinch bags. I love cinch bags. Those are great for anything. You can just store stuff in them, toss it in the closet. It's like a go bag. They're great for anything.
Yeah.
I got my beach cinch bag. Got my bocce ball cinch bag. Like, dude, if I could make a classic Italian bicycle with like a rack on it for bocce ball, I would.
Yeah, dude. But so, like, I was looking at this company. I think it's pronounced Kavu, Kavu. But yeah, it's like a Seattle-based company. So it's like that's pretty cool.
Oh, word.
And like the other thing I think is kind of cool is they only run a pattern once. So like each season, different stuff comes out, and then they never sell it again. So like yeah, which. I bought this one because it was the cheapest.
Me too. That's normally how I pick a bag.
Exactly. I'm like, I look for something of a certain quality, and then I look for like, or from a certain company, and then I buy like the cheapest
one.
Yeah, the cheapest one that'll accommodate my needs, and this is perfect. It's got all my shit in it. It's got enough pockets, stuff. It's cool. It's made of rope. Well, it's got rope.
That rope strap is pretty sweet.
Yeah,
that looks like retired climbing rope, which is a good use for it.
Yeah, this like that's what caught my eye. It was like
because that nylon webbing will hold forever.
Right.
With regular use. It takes a while to burn them out from like climbing usage, but just dangling on your bag or your shoulder, it's nothing.
Yeah, so I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, that I didn't realize until like I bought it, and then when like I got the alert that it had been delivered, it was like your women's rope strap bag has been delivered, and I'm like, why are we bringing gender into this?
Yeah. A woman doesn't own it, so it's not a woman's bag. I don't know what.
It's a bag. Like, come on now. This is 2018. Like, sometimes women's jeans fit better.
High school, Craig
I was gonna
agrees.
say, remember high school? High school Steve remembers.
The pockets, though, sucked.
Yeah, it's unfair, really. Anything's anything you want it to be. Definitions are loose at best.
So I'm just glad your delivery person didn't put it on your back porch, because why the fuck would a person do that? So, Steve, it's been like 3 weeks, and you have since, I guess, went all in on your bicycle purchase.
Yeah, I did. Tax returns, baby.
And I see you've pulled up your spreadsheet on your iPad.
Okay. Let me. I did not make this. So I texted my brother. I was like, hey, because I'm interested. I want to move down there. I'm taking those steps and whatnot. And I'm going to need a more versatile bike setup for when I get down there.
Yeah.
So I just consulted him and said, hey, I need to build a bike. I need your help. And I didn't know if he'd be annoyed, if that would be like an annoying little brother request, or if he'd be stoked about it.
I think that'd be the perfect little brother request.
And that's
because
what
I got that request the other way from my brother, and I failed at it. I just remembered at this moment. I still haven't a shopping parts list. Ah, shoot. I got to call Bob.
Well,
go on. Sorry.
So what happened? So he asked me what I wanted to do and stuff, and I told him I was interested in, which after consulting my brother, it became more apparent. I'm just looking at kind of like a steel frame touring bike.
Naturally.
That could also be like a commuter, because Nashville's got a lot of hills and stuff, but there's also a lot of good trails. I want to be able to take on some like gravel if that comes my way, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
So he led me.
If that comes your way,
if that comes,
dude,
it will.
Seek it.
yeah.
Seeketh that
No, dude.
sweet gravel
grinder,
that
man.
rocky carpet.
Like I said, I wondered if he'd be annoyed with this or if he would be like all in on this. Yeah. And he like immediately hit me back and just had like all these questions and stuff. And that's my brother's favorite thing in the world is like doing custom builds on stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm basically saying like,
it's so
hey
much
man,
fun.
I need this kind of bike. Do whatever you want. I'm paying for it is basically what happened. So I looked at all these Surleys and stuff like that, and I was kind of like jumping it over my head because I was like, I want a Surly Ogre, like something that's more of a mountain bike than it is like a touring bike. He told me you're having disc brakes.
All right.
So that's happening. He's like, your best options would be like a Surly disc trucker, a Surly straggler, which is like one of their more heavy duty road bikes.
Yeah.
He pointed me toward a couple Somas, like a Soma Wolverine or a Soma Double Cross. And he at one point in one of the lists, he sent me a bunch of spreadsheets. And in one of the lists was like the Soma Triple Cross, which I guess was like a limited run bike. My brother's like, if you can find one and are super baller, because they probably cost a lot of money. You can't find them. Like a lot of the bikes he sent me links to, you can't find anymore. You asshole. But the link that he sent me this link early on, and it was for a Fairdale Weekender. And I found a paint job that I really thought was tasty and kind of fit my aesthetic well. And the Fairdale Weekender is basically like a Surly disc truck. If I'm going to go through what's going to go on it, I've got the spreadsheet my brother made me. Because he's just like, I'll send you a thing. So he's been liquidating his like personal stock of bike parts lately anyway, like on eBay, just selling a bunch of extra stuff like that he doesn't need. So I brought this whole build up at the right time because he's like, well, I'm trying to sell a bunch of stuff anyway. So I bought most of the parts off of him secondhand.
That's a good hustle.
Yeah, exactly. yeah, right. My brother totally could have ripped me off.
These are. Yeah.
He works in the bike shop industry. He's used to just like somebody with a wad of cash coming up to him and say, "Build me a bike."
Yeah,
and then he builds it, and then it's just like, "Yeah, this is what everything costs."
Out of instinct, he upsold you.
yeah, exactly. But he gave me a lot of stuff for free too, so
I'll
take it. No, so like all the shifters, everything's pretty much like Shimano. Is that how you pronounce that?
Shimano, I think is.
I'm a novice at best in this world, but he's like selling me all like the shifters and stuff. It's gonna be like 10-speed crap.
That'll save you a lot.
No, it did. Pretty much, I'm buying the brakes from him. I just had to. The only thing I didn't get from him was
$100 for a wheel set. Hell yeah, take that.
Yeah, well that, and also the thing I'm most stoked about this. I've never had this. It's going to be tubeless tires.
Oh, shit.
So, and he's just throwing those in. And then, like, it's going to have a mountain bike bar. Okay, here's the one thing that I'm curious about is, have you seen, like, the Surly Mikolo handlebars?
No.
Oh, that's about to change.
Paint me a mental word picture.
Oh, no, I can paint you an internet real picture.
Well, also, we should describe it out loud.
Well, let me get to it so I can actually look at it. Yeah. So it's kind of like
Oh yeah.
It comes back real wide, so you've got like a good like control and whatnot, but it's also got almost like bull horns coming out the front.
Yeah.
With a bar connecting the bull horns. So it's got a lot of space for connecting things. If it's like it's made for like
tons of accessories.
Yeah, you can hook a lot of. They make like a special bag that goes in the cross section between in like the hole in the middle.
It's like a goofy ladder frame kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
But splayed out on the back end.
Yeah, it's like a really wide M with an H on top of it.
Yeah. It's. That's a good way to describe
I don't
these
know.
bars.
If you happen to be listening to this, look up Makolo Surly Handlebars.
If by some god-awful mistake you've made it this far,
yeah. After having revisited your family
Yeah.
and telling your loved ones how much they mean to you, go ahead and search Makolo Handlebars.
200 years in the future.
When you discover our society.
Yeah.
But no, so I'm thinking about putting that on it, but I don't know yet.
I mean, it'd be dope.
Yeah, so, and then I'll get like racks on it and stuff. But yeah, Weekender, specialized tubeless tires on it.
You're gonna get that custom-built Tennessee machine.
Pretty much. That's what my brother's building it for. So I've just been buying bike parts and then shipping them to his house. I just sent him a text message after I got, again, tax returns, baby. After I got that in my account, I was just like, bought it all, and then texted him, was like, hey, be prepared to be bombarded with bike parts. Good luck.
All right, I think that'll do it for the Wheel Friends. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you, Steve, for being here.
No problem. It's been fantastic.
Thanks to John, even though he's not with us now.
Yeah, big thanks to John.
Big thanks to John for being on the show. I don't need to plug anything for you because you're a regular person and not an artist, so I don't feel like I have to give you a hookup.
I don't do anything with my life, so it's whatever.
Be sure to look us up on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that. So you'll see episode updates there. This has been the Wheel Friends. As always, go ride your bike. I don't think I said it last time. I can't say as always. Like I didn't do it last time.
As long as you get it most times, go ride your bike.